Hi, this is Sampath, Chartered Accountant, Faculty for Law and Strategic Management, Gurukul C Academy, Vijayawada. And ICA announced new course curriculum in the year 2022 June. And it's been 1 year, and now it is finalized by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and also the Central Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And on the July 1st, 2023, ICI launched its new course curriculum with effect from 1st July 2023 onwards. And let us try to understand the reasons behind launching this new course curriculum. And first of all, you know what a chartered accountant is doing in the modern corporate world. Generally, so many technologies are emerging in the new modern corporate world. For example, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and recently we witnessed this chat GPT, etc. And to bring the new technological advancements and also to incorporate some new corporate world's developments into the syllabus, ICA modified the course curriculum and finalized on the 1st July 2023. Now, let me explain in detail about the new course curriculum 2023, and every chartered accountancy student must know all these changes in the course. And first of all, we know CA course has actually 4 stages, and let me introduce first of all 4 stages of the CA course. Number 1, foundation, CA intermediate, practical training, and CA final. So these are all 4 stages in the CA course. And what are the eligibility requirements and what are the passing criteria for a student to complete the CA course and to become a chartered accountant? So first of all, we'll let us know one by one. First, CA foundation. And after passing the 10th class, a student can register for CA course, and that too CA foundation. Now, the registration is a precondition and for the purpose of attending the CA foundation exam. And you should remember one thing: a student can register for CA foundation course after completion of 10th class, but he can attend CA foundation examination after appearing 12th class examination, and he can attend the exam after 12th class examination. Now, for example, registration last date will be the for June exam, it will be the 31st January of that year. Similarly, if you want to attend the exam in the month of December, you should register for the CA foundation by 31st July of that year. That means you should know that there must be a 4 months study period that is required for CA foundation examination. Now, exams are conducting twice a day, and generally that is June and December month, and the registration fees is 9,000 rupees. Now, so you should know the subjects and syllabus. There are 4 papers in the CA foundation examination: accounting, business law, and third paper business mathematics, logical reasoning and statistics, and also 4th paper business economics. And please do understand, first paper and second paper, these 2 papers are descriptive papers and you should write in a descriptive manner. So these papers are 100 marks each. And similarly, third paper and fourth paper, business mathematics, logical reasoning, statistics, and fourth paper business economics, these are for on an objective basis. And similarly, you should score minimum 40% in each paper, and similarly aggregate 50% out of the total 400 marks. So examination is for 400 marks, and the student should score 40% marks in each paper, and similarly aggregate 50% marks on total 400 marks. So this is the passing criteria and subjects and passing criteria in the foundation. Now, after completion of CA foundation, now a student will enter into the CA intermediate stage. This is the second stage in the CA course. Now, actually there are 2 routes to enter into the CA intermediate course. First one, foundation route. A student who has completed his foundation examination and passed the foundation course, now he can register for CA intermediate course. This is one route. Similarly, and those students who are studying the graduation or post-graduation, the ICI is also giving an opportunity for graduates and post-graduates to enter into the CA intermediate course directly. That is direct entry route. But commerce graduate must actually they should score 55% in this graduation, and other than commerce graduates or postgraduates should score minimum 60% in their graduation or post graduation. Similarly, a CMA inter-completed student or a CS inter-completed students can directly register for CA intermediate examination without requirement of any foundation examination. That's why this is known as a direct entry route. So there are two routes to enter into the CA intermediate examination. So these are the routes, two routes. Similarly, now the last date will be if the student want to write the CA intermediate examination in the May, 31st August of the last year is the cutoff date for registration, and if the student want to write in the November, and the registration date, last date is 28th February of that year. So these are all last dates for registration, and examinations twice a year, May and November. Similarly, the fees will be 18,000 rupees per student. Similarly, now the intermediate subjects. This is the area where a student should be very careful. First of all, there are two groups in the CA intermediate, Group 1 and Group 2. Group 1 consists of 3 papers and Group 2 consists of 3 papers. So 3 papers plus 3 papers, totally 6 papers. Now, the very important changes are incorporated in the CA intermediate level. Group 1, 3 papers with a 70% descriptive and 30% objective in each and every paper. And similarly in the Group 2, 70% descriptive and 30% objective in each and every paper. That means totally 6 papers. In totally 6 papers, student should write 70% marks, 70% paper in a descriptive form, and another 30 marks for objective, and case studies and MCQs will be given in the question paper. This is the very important change that is brought into the course. So this is one thing. And now, so passing criteria same. Students should score 40% marks in every paper. Similarly, aggregate 50%. So out of total 600 marks. And now exemption. What about the exemption? For example, a student scored 60% marks in a paper, but he could not complete his CA intermediate examination successfully. Then what should I do? Then the student can write the next attempt, but this exemption paper, that means the student who scored the 60 marks in any paper, that will be carried forward for the next 3 attempts. Okay. Now, for example, what if the 3 attempts or the exemption is expired? If the exemption is expired, that means if the student could not complete his CA intermediate examination even after 3 attempts, then what is the situation? Now, there are 2 options. Number 1. A student can carry forward the same exemption for the 4th attempt and 5th attempt also, but there is a requirement. The student should score 50% marks in the remaining papers of that group. This is a new change that is brought into the course. Or another option is there. So if the student actually, he can cancel the exemption, the paper, exemption paper that is scored earlier, he can cancel the exemption paper and he can attend all the papers of that group. So there are 2 options. This is a new change brought into the course. 50% marks should be got in a paper in the remain to continue the exemption paper. So that is the major 2 options available in the CA inter exam. This is also applicable in the CA final also. Similarly, practical training. Now, what is practical training? That is nothing but your articleship. A student can join a practical training. That means articleship. Then when a student can attend. But first of all, a student who's completed is a CA intermediate both groups. Please understand, both groups. A student who's completed CA inter both groups and complete integrated course on ITT and soft skills. That means integrated course on information technology and soft skills. This is ICAI TSS course introduced by the ICAI, and these 2 conditions must be satisfied to enter into the practical training. Similarly, you should continue your practical training for the 2 uninterrupted years. That means there should not be any interruption, and you can take only 12 days of leaves per year. That means 24 days of leaves in a total 2 years duration of practical training. This is another requirement. Similarly, now, so what is ICAI TSS and advanced ICAI? First of all, These two are there, but at the two different levels. First, student can attend ICI TSS, this integrated information technology and soft skills course, after completion of CA intermediate examinations, but before joining a CA articleship. That means practical training. That is stage number 1. What is advanced ICI TSS? This course, generally a student required to complete this course after completion of practical training, but before appearing for CA final examinations. So these two levels, ICI TSS, similarly advanced ICI TSS, generally these two are incorporated at two different levels. Now we know actually student will join in the articleship or practical training, and the next student is engaged in the audit assignments, and student will go to companies for verification or auditing of books of accounts. These are all some practical aspects, and you can learn income tax filings or auditing, similarly GST returns, GST calculations, etc., etc. And these are all practical training, practical approach in the practical training. Now a new requirement and a new system is announced, that is introduced into the course, that is self-paced online modules. What is meant by self-paced online modules? This SPOM, this is introduced by the ICI. This should be completed generally during the 2 years period of practical training. For example, a student has completed the practical training. Let us assume CA intermediate examination. Now student joined in the practical training. Now what happens? While you are going to office for working or learning the practical approaches in the audits, similarly, you should also register for self-paced online modules. These are all available on the ICI SSP portal. Now, student should register. Now, no additional fees is prescribed by ICI, and first of all, you should get registered. Now, there are 4 sets, set A, set B, set C, set D, totally 4 sets are there in the this SPOM, self-paced online module. Set A, corporate and economic class for 100 marks. This is mandatory for every student. Set B, this is strategic cost and performance management, 100 marks. This is also mandatory. But now look at set C. There are totally 10 areas, 10 different diverse areas or 10 different subjects. Now a student should select one. A student should choose one thing. That it can be anything. So out of 10, now that examination will be for 100 marks and he should score 50 marks. Of course, this examination is online examination. Student can register during his practical training and he can attend these online examinations during the practical training period. So that means during the 2 years period. So now you can select any subject out of this 10. This is set C. Now set D, this is also for 100 marks, and similarly 4 areas are there. So 4 important areas, and the student can choose anything. Now just try to understand or read all the 10 areas plus 4 subjects, totally 14. These are all new emerging technologies and new emerging subjects in the modern corporate world, and a chartered accountant must be acquainted with all these 14 areas. So but actually you can select anyone, and if you have time, and you can just purchase books of other subjects also, just you can read it to gain some knowledge, but not mandatory. One subject is mandatory. Set C, one subject. Set D, one subject. So totally 4 modules. Now passing criteria, you should score 50% marks in each and every module. Of course, no negative marking. So this examination is completely online. So now you have completed your practical training. At the same time, this self-paced online modules. Now you are entering into the CA final. Now student already registered CA final because he has completed CA intermediate both groups and also joined in the practical training. Now the student registered for CA final. Now generally he should complete advanced integrated course on information technology and soft skills. Advanced. This is advanced course after completion of 2 years of training. Now there will be 6 months study period. That means a CA student and who is going to attend CA final examination, he should take 6 months gap. That means there should be 6 months time period gap must be there between the completion of practical training and also appearing the CA final examination. Now you should qualify all the 4 self-paced online modules. That means A CA student completed his intermediate and is going to attend CA final examination, he should fulfill 4 requirements. Number 1, he must have completed his 2 years practical training and advanced integrated course on information technology and soft skills. Similarly, 6 months study period and qualify all the 4 self-paced online modules. These are the requirements for attending the CA final examination. Okay, now, so this fees is 22,000. Okay, now there are totally 6 papers in the CA final. Group 1 4 papers and group 2 group 1 3 papers and group 2 3 papers, totally 6 papers. First, so financial reporting, advanced financial management, advanced auditing assurance. And please remember, this is a new very important change incorporated in the CA final also. Every paper consists of 70 marks descriptive, 30 marks objective. So this is a new change in the new curricula. Totally 6 papers. And do remember one thing, last 6th paper is open book exam. That means student can attend the examination and the examination is open book system. He can carry some books, relevant books, and based on the selection of the subject. So this is totally 300 plus 300, totally 6 papers. This is the overall course structure. Now, so you can attend the CA final examination and you can score 40% marks in subject wise and aggregate 50%. Now the exemption criteria same. A student who could not complete his CA final but scored 60% or more marks in any paper. Now, if the exemption is expired, let us assume, then what happens? A student can carry forward his exemption for the next 4th or 5th or 6th attempt, but there is a condition. The student should score at least 50% marks in other papers in that group. Or you can cancel the complete exemption paper and you can attend all the papers in that group, and you can exercise any of the option at your convenience. Now, so this is the complete overall structure of the CA course. Now, okay, now a student completed CA final, he can apply for the membership with the ICAI. He can become a chartered accountant or a member of the ICAI. Okay, now let us conclude this, but there is one thing. Some students may actually they drop from the CA course. Then there is another beautiful change or ICAI that is brought into the course, that is Business Accounting Associate. This is for a semi-qualified student. That means you can get a certificate if you are not willing to continue your CA final. First of all, you have completed your both groups and also the 2 years practical training, and similarly completed your advanced information technology and soft skills. Similarly, you have completed 4 modules of self-paced online course, and these 4 requirements completed. Now you are not willing to continue your CA final because of some problem may be anything, but because of your problem you are now willing to drop from the course. Now you can apply for the certificate, and this certificate will be given by the ICAI. Now you will be a business accounting associate. You can get job with this certificate also. And these are some basic changes, and this is the overall structure of the new course curriculum introduced by the ICAI. And for some more clarifications, and this video will continue, and we will come with other more clarifications about the exemptions and similarly other aspects. Thank you.
Till now we have gone through the new scheme of education that is introduced by ICAI. Now the question arises, what about the students who are already pursuing CA and are at various levels of CA? So our institute, ICAI Institute has released a list of FAQs, frequently asked questions. From these clarifications that are provided by ICAI through these FAQs, we are trying to build different scenarios and shed more light into those transmission process. Existing students who are at various levels of CA, be it at foundation level or CA inter or in articleship or in CA final level. So how they should cope up with this new syllabus or new scheme. There are 1 or 2 areas that need further clarification. We'll identify through these sessions. From our institute, there needs to be some clarity in 1 or 2 areas, especially regarding the self-paced online modules. which we expect the institute will provide in due course of time. Now let us go through the transmission process and different scenarios.
Hi, students studying 12th standard, that is senior intermediate, in academic year 23-24 and intended to pursue CA are eligible for June 24 foundation exams after appearing in 12th class exams. Then what about registration? Who already registered under old scheme then automatically converted into new scheme from 2nd August 23 without payment of extra fees. Not yet registered under old scheme till date, then registered under new scheme from 2nd August 23 onwards. Then students attended foundation exams in June 23 and waiting for result. Then CA foundation passed in June 23, then registered for CA enter under new scheme by 31st August 23. Attend CA enter exams in May 24 after 8 months study period. CA foundation failed, then attend CA foundation exams under old scheme in December 23. Then students attending CA foundation exams in December 23. CA foundation passed, then registered for CA inter under new scheme before 1st March 24. Attend CA inter exams in November 24 after 8 months study period. If CA foundation failed in December 23, then automatically conversion into new scheme to appear in June 24 exams for CA in CA foundation.
Okay. Here let us discuss about students registered for CA Inter through direct entry appearing for CA Inter exams in November 2023. That means here I am discussing about direct entry students who are about to write CA Inter exam and what after qualifying CA Inter exam. Now first thing before saying, if a student have already registered under old scheme of articleship, that is before the cutoff date, that is 30th June 2023, if a student have registered for articleship, then he should definitely continue under old scheme of articleship. So there is no exception for converting from old to new. 3 years of articleship should be done. Now what is a case, or what is, let us see about different situations of the direct entry student. So here a direct entry student have registered before time, that is on or before 1st February 2023, and he is eligible to appear in November 2023 examinations. Now for example, in November 2023 he have cleared both groups of CA Inter in November 2023. Then he should register for CA final, and he should, after completion of articleship, that means at the end of articleship, that is during the last 6 months of articleship, he can write CA final, and he will be writing CA final in new syllabus. Even if previously have registered under old syllabus for final, but from May 2024 onwards, examination onwards, there is no option. That means all are deemed to be converted into new system, new syllabus. Therefore, even if they have registered under old syllabus of examination, they should write new syllabus papers. It is a deemed conversion. Now, those who have cleared both groups of CA Inter in November 2023, then final level, we can say that we have self-paced online modules set A, B, C and D. They should complete set A and set B before writing their CA final examinations, whereas set D, C and D have been exempted by ICAI. So let me repeat, if they complete CA Inter examinations in November 2023, the direct entry student, he have completed CA Inter exams in November 2023, he will register for a CA final and complete AICTE ISS, and he can write CA final examinations.
But before writing CA final examination, he should complete self-paced online papers set A, set B, set C and set D. Whereas coming to set C and D, ICA had given examination and they should write set A and B before writing the CA final examination. So this is in case of a direct entry student have cleared CA inter both groups in November 2023. Sir, what happens if a direct entry student have cleared group 1 of CA inter in November 2023, not both groups, only group 1 of CA inter in November 2023. So other points remaining same, he should complete group 2 of CA inter so that he can write CA final examination, and he will register for CA final and he will complete AACI TSS. Now after during the last 6 months of articleship, he is eligible to write a final examination and he will write only in new syllabus. These are the common points. Coming to self-paced online modules, SPOMs, like he should definitely write set A, set B, set C and set D, and after completion of this he is eligible to write a CA final examination. In this regard, our expectation is that set C or set D will be given an exception. As of now, ICA haven't given any exception, but based on other FAQs etc., we have come to a small conclusion that set C or set D will be given examination. Presently we are not confirming it, but let us have a point of positive note. I think ICA will release in short span of time. Presently, if a CA inter student have cleared group 1 through direct entry route in November 2023 exams, at final level he should definitely complete self-paced online modules A, B, C and D to write CA final examinations. Now coming to next case, he have cleared group 2 of CA inter in November 2023. So previous cases he have completed group 1. Now here he have completed group 2 of CA inter in November 2023. Then he should complete group 1 of CA inter under new syllabus, and he should register for CA final and he should complete AACA TSS, and after that at the last 6 months of articleship he can write CA final, and before writing CA final he should complete self-paced online modules set A and set B, and in case of set C or set D, ICA had given that they can choose either C or D, any one of the SPOM can be written before writing their CA final examinations. So group 1 such an exception have been not given for self-paced online modules, whereas for group 2 if they cleared group 2 of CA inter, ICA had given that either set C or set D. So based on this point previously said, we can expect ICA can give us an option to write set C or set D also if group 1 have been cleared under November 2023 examinations. So thing is that I am not confirming it, but that is our expectation based on other FAQs. Now coming to our next case, you have failed to clear either group 1 or group 2 of CA inter in November 2023. That means he haven't passed in November 2023 examinations. Then next attempt, that is May 2024, he should complete both the CA inter groups. After clearing, he should register for CA final and complete AACA TSS, and during last 6 months he is eligible to write CA final examination. Before writing CA final examination, he should definitely qualify SPOM set A, B, C and D. So there is no option like in case of group 1, group 2 pass, they had exemption of set C or set D. Such an exemption is not available. They should write all the papers set A, B, C and D. Then only they are eligible for final examinations. So this is some clarifications with regard to a student who are writing CA inter examinations through direct entry scheme. Now coming to next case, that a student who is in final year of graduation or completed graduation and he is intending to pursue CA. Like for example, I am into last year of graduation, I want to pursue CA. Then as you know that old system has been discontinued, so definitely he should register for CA inter under new scheme. And as per ICA guidelines, 8 months of study period is required. That means from the date of registration and before my examination month, I should complete 8 months of study period. For example, ICA had given that May 2024 examinations, to complete my 8 months of study period, I should register by before 1st September 2023. So if I register before 1st September 2023, then 8 months of study period will be covered, and I can write examinations for May 2024, whether it is graduation, that is direct entry route, or through foundation route. There is no difference in the new scheme. So just a point of view, like to highlight what I am saying, under old scheme, direct entry students should definitely register for articleship, and 9 months of articleship should be completed. Now under new system, a direct entry student is not required to register for articleship. First he should complete both groups of CA Inter, and 9 months of time is not, it's like 8 months of study period. Previously is 9 months of articleship. Since no articleship concept is there now under direct entry route, so he should complete 8 months of study period, and he is eligible for writing CA Inter examinations. So after writing both groups of CA Inter examination and he have cleared, we know that he should apply for ICAI TSS, and he should go for writing for CA final registration, and he should complete self-paced online modules and complete advanced ICAI TSS after 2 years of practical training, and he should clear all self-placed online modules A, B, C and D. So he should complete. No exception has been given for old direct entry students. So that means that he is a fresh candidate. So therefore there is no decrease in rules or no exceptions. Everything will be, or everything should be complied. He will be taken as a new candidate under new education, new scheme of education. So this with regard to queries relating to CA Inter new registration through direct entry. Sir. So these are all about direct entry students.
So take this scenario, say a student has completed CA Foundation and is appearing in CA Inter exams in May 2023. So has appeared in in May 2023 examinations, so recently concluded examinations, CA Inter. Now let's take different scenarios. If that student has cleared both groups of CA Inter in May 2023, then he has to enroll under new scheme for CA final and practical training. So he has to first complete ICAI TSS, and also then he should register for practical training. Then he should register for CA final and SPOMs, that is self-paced online modules. Then after that he is supposed to complete advanced ICAI TSS after 2 years of practical training. SPOMs A and B should be completed before CA final examinations, of course. C and D are exempted. So this is clearly stated by ICAI in FAQs that C and D SPOMs are not required, so they are exempted. Only A and B self-paced online modules are to be cleared. Eligible to appear, that student will be eligible to appear in CA final examinations after completion of 6 months from conclusion of 2 years of practical training. So simply to say, the student till CA Inter, he is in old scheme. Now he has to entirely convert to new scheme and complete the 2 stages, that is practical training and CA final, entirely under new scheme. The only difference being he is exempted from attempting C and D self-paced online modules. Remaining everything is same. Okay, next one. Let us take this scenario. Say the student in May 2023 examinations, he cleared Group 1 exam. Group 1. So he has Group 2 pending. Now what the student has to do, he has to attempt Group 2 of CA Inter in old syllabus, of course, in November 2023. So there is one more attempt for old syllabus. So November 2023 he can attempt Group 2 there, and hopefully he can complete. What happens if he fails to complete? We will cover it in the next situation. Okay, next one. Say the student has cleared Group 2 in May 2023. So he has Group 1 pending. So what the student is supposed to do? Now he is supposed to write group 1 in November 2023 and hopefully complete it there. So what happens if he doesn't complete? Again, that will be dealt in a different scenario. Next, say the student has failed to complete either of the groups. So either group 2 or group 1, whatever. So he failed to complete. So he failed in both the groups. Then what the student is supposed to do? He is supposed to attempt both the groups in November 2023. That's the last option available, because for old syllabus November 2023 will be the last attempt. Now, what happens if he still has one or both groups pending even after attempting November 2023? That we will cover in the next scenario. So literally to state, say a student has completed both the groups in May 2023 examinations, then he goes into CA final practical training and he will be doing it entirely under new scheme. The only difference being C and D SPOMs are exempted. A and B will be there. Then let us take up this situation. Now the student, so it also covers the situations that we have discussed earlier, and where the student is unable to clear November 2023 examination. So we are discussing about that particular concept. So student completed CA foundation and appearing in CA Inter exams in November 2023. Say the student has cleared both the groups of CA Inter in November 2023. Then same, he has to go through ICA TSS. Then he has to enroll for practical training. Then he has to register for CA final and SPOMs. He has to complete AICA TSS after 2 years of practical training. SPOMs A and B should be completed before attempting CA final examinations, and C and D are exempted. And he is also appeared to attempt CA final exams after completion of 6 months from conclusion of 2 years of practical training. So literally it is also same situation as we discussed above. Okay, now let us see what happens if a student clears group 1, fails to clear group 2 in November 2023 exams, which happens to be the last attempt for old syllabus. Now what the student has to do? Of course he has to write group 2 in new syllabus in May 2024. Now one doubt we will get, sir, what about the subjects that we already passed in group 1 under old system, old scheme, old syllabus? For example, the student would have already completed under old scheme. So he has, if he cleared group 1, that means he cleared accounts, he cleared law, he cleared taxation, yes, so he cleared also costing. So these 4 subjects are already completed. Now what happens if the student has to write group 2 in the new syllabus? Will there be any exemptions given for these subjects? So for costing especially, they will announce it in due course. At present they haven't stated anything particular about this. Of course they given a clear indication that they are going to announce about these exemptions in coming days. So there will definitely be exemptions given to avoid that overlapping. So the student who already written costing in group 1 under old syllabus, if he is made to write costing again in group 2 under new scheme, so that doesn't look good. So that's why they are trying to, they in fact made it clear that they will avoid it, and more light will be given on this area in coming days. So there will definitely be exemptions. How those exemptions will be given, they will give more clarity in coming days. Next one, say the student has completed group 2 under new syllabus in May 2024. Then he has to go through ICA TSS. Then he has to enroll himself for practical training, which will be of course for 2 years. And then he has to register for CA final SPOMs. And he has to complete advanced ICA TSS. And of course after 2 years of practical training, that one. Then he has to complete all A, B, C, D 4 self-paced online modules he has to complete. Now here there is a small clarity that needs to be given. As I said, there are some gray areas which our institute ICA will like to address in coming days. So this will definitely be addressed. Under direct entry scheme, for the student clearing group 1 under old scheme and coming into converting himself, converting to new scheme and writing group 2 there, they haven't given any particular exemption from these self-assessment modules. But for the student who cleared group 2 under old scheme but is going to write group 1 in new scheme, they have given either of C and D self-paced online modules as an exemption. But the same is not applicable in the case vice versa situation. That issue, of course, that there is no more clarity needed on that. ICA will provide more clarity in coming days. And same rule, even here also they haven't clearly stated whether there will be any exemption given with respect to either of these two modules, C and D modules. There is no doubt A and B modules are to be attempted. There is no doubt about it. But any exemption will be given regarding C or D, that will be clarified by ICA in coming days. So we expect that any of these modules will be exempted. Then eligible to appear, the student becomes eligible to appear in CA final exams after completion of 6 months from conclusion of 2 years of practical training. Same point. Next, say the student has cleared group 2 in CA Inter in November 2023 exams and he has group 1 pending. Now what he has to do, he has to attempt group 1 of course under new syllabus in May 2024. Say hopefully completed, then he has to go through ICA TSS, then he has to enroll himself for practical training, then he has to register for CA final and SPOMs, then he has to complete advanced ICA TSS after completion of 2 years of practical training, then again he has to complete all self-paced online modules. Again, the point to be clarified here is, if the same situation happens to a student who enrolled to CA Inter through direct entry, cleared group 2 under old scheme and clearing group 1 under new scheme, then he is given exemption of either C or D modules, which we hope will be given here as well. At present, there is no specific mentioning about this in FAQs provided by ICA, but however, we expect this will be on par with the situation like direct entry. So either of C and D will be given as exemption. More light will be given in future regarding this. Next, eligible to appear in CA final exams after completion of 6 months from conclusion of 2 years of practical training. Okay, next, say the student has failed to complete either group, say he failed in both the groups, then what the student is supposed to do? Of course, he has to attempt both groups in new syllabus now in May 2024. Hopefully completed, then he has to complete ICA TSS and he has to register for practical training, then register for CA final SPOMs, then advanced ICA TSS after completion of 2 years of practical training. Of course, he has to complete all self-paced online modules. So all 4, there will be no exemption in this situation, because now the student is entirely into new scheme, because he failed to clear CA Inter in November 2023 exam, so he will automatically get converted into new scheme. So he has to complete all 4 self-paced online modules. So eligible to appear CA final exams after completion of 6 months from conclusion of 2 years of practical training. Now, one more personal opinion that I want to share with the students is, so those students especially who have written May 2023 exams, say the student has failed to clear the exams, failed to clear any of the groups, and he is going to write in the November 2023 exams, or those students who are going to write in November 2023 exams for the first time. My personal opinion is, my personal suggestion is, please concentrate on group 1. Ensure that you will be clearing group 1, because the subjects in group 1 are going to have more changes in new syllabus and a new scheme. Accounts is going to have more changes. Law, of course, we have some content being introduced in form of foreign companies in Companies Act, and LLP Act got introduced in new syllabus, and also there is Foreign Exchange Management Act that got introduced in new syllabus. So there are these changes, and also in taxation there are some new concept chapters that have been added into GST. So considering all this, if I am in a position of the student who is going to write this November 2023 exam, so I will try desperately to clear group 1 first. So prefer, if you are able to clear both the groups, then well and good. So however, if you have some constraint, time constraint or anything like that, or you are of the opinion that you can't clear both the groups, then put all your efforts to clear group 1, because as I said, those subjects are going to have massive changes under new scheme. So this is my personal suggestion. Okay, next. So these are the aspects that we try to cover in this video. A few more scenarios are there. Vinod will take up.
Hi, I am Vinod Kumar. This is last question is about students registered for articleship under old regime after completing either group 1 or group 2 or both groups of CA intern. For them, the main important thing, there is no reduction in articleship. They have to continue with the 3 years program. There is no reduction of articleship to the 2 years. But one thing, there is an advantage to them. If they completed CA intern by November 2023, that is the last attempt for a old syllabus attempt, then you need not to write set C and set D of SPOM, that is a self-paced online modules, are exempted. C and D are exempted, and you have to compulsory write the A and B. That is a major thing. Then when it comes to the persons who are writing CA final, I divided everything under 4 categories. The first thing, the last attempt is for us, old syllabus is November 2023. If you completed CA final first group by November 2023, you have to write only set B of self-paced online module exam. All are exempted. And if you are completed group 2 of CA final by November 2023, you have to write only part A of the SOPM. And if you complete the both the groups of CA final November 2023 by November 2023, obviously you are CA completed. You are not at all required to write any SPOM papers at all. And if you are failed, you are not completed any of the group 1 or group 2, still you have to write the both groups under new scheme. Then you have to write A and B are applicable, both are applicable, and then automatically C and D are exempted. Then, sir, you are saying that some people has to write only A, some people has to write B, and some people have to write A and B, because major doubt is about these online exams only. That's why I categorized under 4 categories. Next thing, time of completion. Time of completion of SPOM, time of completion. For example, you are writing May 2024. You can write May 2024 without completing the online exam. You can write online exams after completion of May 2024 only. Okay. But if you want to write November 2024, you can eligible for appear for November 2024 only after completion of the online exams, that is online SPOMs, whatever online exams applicable to you, then only you are eligible for November 2024. I am repeating once again. The first attempt under new scheme is May 2024. May 2024 CA students, CA final student can attempt without writing the SPOMs also. But you have to write that SPOMs only after completion of CA, but before applying for the membership. But for November 2024 onwards, you have to complete the SPOMs before applying for exams, before applying for final exam itself. Okay, this is the main question. And simple, this online exemption, if you are writing 8 exams, that is 8 exams for CA enter, then they will give exemption for B and C. That's it. That is a major logic behind it. Okay, hope you are understood.